பண்ணிருக்காங்க. நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நம்ம சுவாமிஜி நமக்கு என்ன சொல்றாரோ அதையெல்லாம தான் அவங்க சொல்லுவாங்க. சோ சுவாமியே தான் நான் அங்க பாப்பேன். எந்த டாக்டர்கிட்ட போனாலும் அதே தான் பாப்பேன். ஆனா இப்போ கடைசியா இந்த கொரோனா வந்ததுனாலதான் நமக்கு இந்த வீசிங்னால யூஸ்வலா இருக்கிற ப்ராப்ளமா இல்ல கொரோனா வந்துருச்சா அப்படிங்கிற அந்த ஒரு பயம். ஏன்னா எல்லாமே அதுக்கு ரிலேட்டடா தானே இருக்கு சிம்டம் எல்லாம். இப்பதான் எனக்கு சுவாமி எனக்கு இதுவா அதுவா ஒரே கன்ஃபியூஷனா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு கடைசியா நான் அப்ப கூட சுவாமிக்கு நான் மெசேஜ் பண்ணல. ஆத்மபிரியா அம்மா கிட்ட ஹீல் பண்ணுங்கம்மா எனக்கு இந்த வீசிங்க. சுவாமி ஒன்லி சுவாமிஜி கேன் ஹீல் மீ அப்படின்னு ஒரு மெசேஜ் போட்டேன் நான் அவங்களுக்கு. அவங்க அடுத்த நாள் நான் உனக்கு ஹீல் பண்றேன்னாங்க. 2 daysல பராசக்தி ரீடிங்ஸ் வரும்போது என்னோட டாட்டர் தான் அவர் எழுதிட்டே போட்டுக்கிட்டே இருந்தா. என்னுடைய மதருக்கு 30 years வீசிங் இருக்கு, கியூர் பண்ணுங்க சுவாமின்னு. ஒரு வித்தின் 2 minutes அவ போட்ட 2 minutes நானும் போட்டு என்ன போடுன்னா நான் போட்டுட்டே இருந்தேன். ஆனா அவ போட்ட செகண்ட் மினிட்டே அவளுக்கு உடனே ஆன்சர் வந்துருச்சு. ரம்யா கணேஷ் உன் தாய்க்கு
நான் ஜஸ்ட் சின்ன டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் பண்ணிடுறேன். நீங்க இது வரைக்கும் சொன்னது.
So she was sharing about how she was going through this wheezing, and she was understanding that every saw how Swamiji was flowing through, even whether the doctors she was speaking to or anyone that she was speaking to, it was Swamiji who was flowing through them and answering to her, be it healing her, being with her, everything. And after this COVID had started, and again when she experienced this wheezing where you experience breathing difficulty basically. So she experienced that, and this time she's confused whether am I experiencing COVID or am I having wheezing? Like, I'm confused, Swamiji. You should only do this for me. And she messaged one of the sannyasis, and the sannyasi also replied telling that, okay, don't worry, Swamiji will heal. After that, the Parashakti Akashic reading had started. In Parashakti Akashic reading, if you all might be noticing, and in 1 minute, it will be like hundreds of comments just flooding in. And at that time, her daughter put one question telling that, oh mother, my mother has been suffering with 30 years of wheezing. Go ahead, ma.
உடனே பராசக்தி சொல்லிட்டாங்க, ரம்யா கணேஷ், உன்னுடைய தாய்க்கு 30 வருடங்களாக இருந்த அந்த வியாதி 3 நிமிடத்தில் போய்விடும். மஞ்சளையும் வேப்பிலையும் எடுத்து அவள் மார்பில் தடவு போ அப்படின்னாரு. உடனே அந்த செகண்டே போய் எடுத்து அதை தடவிட்ட உடனேயே அந்த நிமிஷத்துல இருந்து இந்த நிமிஷம் வரைக்கும் எனக்கு அந்த பிரீதிங் ப்ராப்ளமே இல்லம்மா. அவ்வளவு டீப் பிரெத் என்னால எப்பவுமே என்னுடைய மூச்சு சுவாமிஜி தாமா. என்னுடைய மூச்சு நீங்க தானே சுவாமி, என்னுடைய உள்ள போகிற மூச்சு நீங்க தானே, உள்ள வாழ்றதும் நீங்க தானே, ஆனா அந்த மூச்சு இழுக்க ஏன் நான் இவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்படுறேன் அப்படின்னு நான் கேட்டேன். அந்த லாஸ்டா இப்போ இந்த நிமிஷம் வரைக்கும் எனக்கு அந்த மூச்சு ப்ராப்ளம்ங்கிறதே இல்லம்மா. அவ்வளவு ஒரு ஆனந்தமா நான் சாமியோட இருக்கம்மா. என்னுடைய ஒவ்வொரு வாழ்க்கையுடைய ஒவ்வொரு நிமிஷத்தையும் அவர் தாமா நடத்துறாரு.
Beautiful, ma. I'll just translate it to everyone. So she was sharing how a moment she put that question, understand thousands of questions keep coming, right? Immediately Parashakti read out her daughter's name and said, don't worry, I will the 30 years of wheezing that your mother was suffering with, it will get healed in next 3 minutes. Just go apply turmeric and neem paste on her chest. And understand, as she was sharing, she was continuously suffering. The moment this paste was applied on her chest,
she immediately applied
that. So the moment Devi told, she immediately went and applied that. From that moment, wheezing disappeared, and till now it has not come back. She says, many times I'll pray to Swamiji, Swamiji, you are my breath. So why am I finding it difficult to take you inside? But now she says she feels so blissful because from the moment Devi just uttered till now, that wheezing has completely disappeared.
30 years of her suffering, 30 years of the wheezing that she has had has healed in 3 minutes just with the power of one word of Devi's. Wow. Ma, actually நிறைய பேர் நீங்க பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிற ஷேரிங் ஹார்ட் போட்டு நிறைய ஸ்மைலி எமோஜி போட்டு நிறைய கமெண்ட்ஸ் நிறைய பேர் இதுக்கு ரிலேட் பண்றாங்க. அதே மாதிரி ராதாகிருஷ்ணன்றது வந்து நைஸ் போட்டோ ஆஃப் சுவாமிஜிஸ் காலவேர தர்ஷன். உங்க பின்னாடி இருக்கிற போட்டோ பார்த்து நைஸ் போட்டோ சுவாமிஜிஸ் காலவேர
உயிரம்மா, அது உயிர்.
ரொம்ப நன்றிமா ஆக்சுவலா ஷேர் பண்ணதுக்கு. தேங்க்யூ சோ மச். வேற என்ன நீங்க ஷேர் பண்ண நினைக்கிறீங்க?
நிறைய இருக்குமா என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கை. நான் இன்னைக்கு உயிரோட இருக்கிறேன்னா அது சுவாமி குருவா எனக்கு கிடைச்ச அப்புறம் தாமா. இல்லைன்னா நான் இந்த நிமிஷம் உங்களோட பேசவே முடியாது. அந்த அளவுக்கு சுவாமி என்னுடைய ஃபுல் அண்ட் ஃபுல் என்னுடைய ஒவ்வொரு அணுலையும் செல்லுலயும் சுவாமி தான் இருக்காரு. வேற எதுவுமே கிடையாது. என்ன வந்து சுவாமிக்கு பார்க்க கூடாதுன்னு என்னுடைய ஹஸ்பண்ட் வந்து கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணியிருந்தாரு. 2013ல இருந்து சாமியோட கிளாஸ் எல்லாம் அட்டன் பண்ணவே இல்லை. நான் அதுக்கு முன்னாடிதான் அட்டன் பண்ணினேன். பட் கும்பமேளாக்கு சுவாமி ஒரு மிராக்கிள் பண்ணி என்னையும் என் டாட்டரையும் அங்க வர வச்சாரு. 42 days நாங்க அங்க இருந்தோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் சுவாமியை மீட் பண்ணல நானு. அதையும் மிராக்கிளா பண்ணி. பட் வந்த அப்புறமா என்னோட ஹஸ்பண்ட் என்னோட ரொம்ப வந்து ப்ராப்ளம் பண்ணி பேச மாட்டாரு, வீட்டுல சாப்பிட மாட்டாரு, அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாரு. ரொம்ப தப்பா பேசுவாரு அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம். ஆனா நான் வந்து எவ்வளவு அவர் தப்பா பேசினாலும் பேசாம சாமி கிட்ட போய் உட்காந்துட்டு, நீ தான் இங்கேயும் இருக்க, அங்க அவருக்குள்ளே இருக்கிறதும் நீ தான், அங்கிருந்து நீ பேசுற, இங்க இருந்து நீ வாங்கிக்கோ அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு பேசாம இருந்துருவேன். நான் எந்த இதுவுமே எனக்கு கண்ணுல கண்ணீர் வராது, அவமானமா இருக்காது, எதுவுமே இருக்காது. நீ பேசுற, இங்க இருந்து நீயும் வாங்கிக்கோ அப்படின்னு இருப்பேன். பட் நான் வந்து இப்ப என் ஹஸ்பண்டுக்கு தேங்க் பண்றேன். ஏன்னா அவர் எந்த அளவுக்கு என்னை வந்து இப்படி இழுத்தாரோ சாமி கிட்ட இருந்து, அந்த அளவுக்கு ஃபோர்ஸா நான் இன்னும் சாமியை நினைக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டேன். இன்னும் வெறித்தனமா ஆயிடுச்சு எனக்கு. உள்ளுக்குள்ளேயே நான் வந்து சாமி அப்படியே ஃபயர் ஆக்கிட்டு வந்துட்டு இருந்தேன். அதனால என்னுடைய ஹஸ்பண்டுக்கு நான் தேங்க் பண்றேன். பட் அவர் போன வருஷம் தவறிட்டாரு. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி கடைசியா ஒரு டயலாக் நடந்தது எனக்கும் அவருக்கும். சாமியை பத்தி அவர் பேசிட்டு இருக்கும்போது நான் வந்து என்ன பண்ணேன், அடிச்சு சொன்னேன், சாகரத்துக்குள்ள அவர் கடவுளுங்கிறத நிரூபிப்பாரு, நீங்க கும்பிடுற அதே பெருமாள் தான் அவரு, சிவன் தான் அவருங்கிறத நிரூபிப்பாருன்னு நான் சத்தியம் பண்ணினேன். எப்படி சொல்றேன்னா, எனக்கு அதெல்லாம் தெரியாது, பட் நிரூபிப்பாரு அப்படின்னு. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன ஆச்சு, அவருக்கு வந்து அவருக்கும் கொஞ்சம் லங்ஸ் ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்தது, ஹார்ட் பேஷண்ட்.
So we just asked her, so what else do you want to share? She says today she being alive itself is a testimony of Swamiji's divine leelas in her life. She's sharing how every breath that she takes, the reason that she's alive, it is because of Swamiji. It seems from the year 2013, there was a lot of obstacles that she had to face in connecting with Swamiji, because her house, especially her husband, was against. And due to some miracle that Swamiji did, she and her daughter got to attend the Kumbh Mela that happened in 2016, and they came and attended for 42 days. And even after she went back, still her husband seemed to remain the same. He was still fighting back with her. And at one point,
and he would not eat in the house, and he would disrespect, he would just abuse Swamiji. And at that point she was saying her only cognition would be, Swamiji, it is you are everywhere, you are with me, you are in the person who's talking, and you are in the person who's receiving also. So I have nothing, I have no shame, I have no guilt, I will not have any anger, I will not shed a single drop of tear. And she was saying she feels blessed, because all the abuse that her husband had done, only what, as much as her husband tried to pull her away from Swamiji, so much of connection and so much more feeling connection increased, and with lot more intensity and ferociousness, she became more and more connected, more and more closer to Swamiji.
And at this moment, she was having a conversation, a very heated argument with her husband. And that time she threw a challenge, telling, I am telling this, I'm promising this to you, that you will understand one day Swamiji will show you before you die. Swamiji is going to prove to you how, if the same Shiva that you're worshipping, the same Perumal, Vishnu that you're worshipping, is who Swamiji is. Yes. Continue, Ma.
And sorry, just one last thing also, she told very recently her husband had passed away also, and this argument happened just a year or so before her husband passed away. Yes, Ma. Ipo neenga
இந்த இவர் என்ன வந்து இவ்வளவு அவமானப்படுத்துறது எல்லா ரிலேட்டிவ்ஸ்க்கும் தெரிஞ்சிருச்சுமா. எல்லார்ட்டையுமே அதை பத்தி பேசிட்டாரு, எல்லார்ட்டையுமே அசிங்கப்படுத்தி இருந்தாரு. பட் நான் எதுக்குமே கவலைப்பட மாட்டேன். நான் பட்டைய விபூதி 3 பட்டை வச்சுட்டு ஆபீஸ் போவேன், அதுக்கெல்லாம் கேலி பண்ணுவாரு. அப்புறம் இந்த மாலையை பத்தி கேலி பண்ணுவாரு, கேவலமா பேசுவாரு. கேலி பண்ணாலும் பரவாயில்ல, ரொம்ப அசிங்கமா பேசுவாரு. அதுக்கெல்லாம் நான் எதுக்குமே கவலைப்படவே மாட்டேன், பயப்படவும் மாட்டேன். சரி பேசுனா பேசிக்கிட்டோம் சொல்லிட்டு நான் பாட்டு போயிட்டே இருப்பேன். எல்லா சொந்தக்காருமே கேவலமா தான் பேசுங்க. ஏன்னா இவரே அந்த மாதிரி பேசி பேசி எல்லாருமே ஒரு மாதிரி தான் நினைப்பாங்க. பட் எதை பத்தியும் கவலைப்படாம இருந்தேன். கடைசியா ஆனா அவரை மட்டும் நானு உடம்பு முடியலன்னா பக்க 100% சுவாமிஜி தான் நான் அங்கேயும் இருக்காரு, நமக்கு இது கடமை, நல்லா கவனிச்சுப்பேன். கடைசி அந்த ஒரு 1 வீக் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் அட்மிட் ஆயிட்டாரு, அப்போலோல அட்மிட் ஆயிருந்தாரு. அப்ப கிட்ட இருந்து நல்லா பாத்துட்டு இருந்தேன். கடைசி நாள் என்னாச்சு, அவரு என்ன கூப்பிட்டுட்டு நம்ம டிவோட்டிஸ் ஹீல் பண்ணாங்க. பண்ணிட்டு அவர் சொன்னாரு 11th hour ஆயிடுச்சு, இப்ப என்ன இப்ப பண்ணி என்ன பிரயோஜனம் அப்படி எல்லாம் சொன்னாங்க. ராஜசேகர் ஐயா ஹீல் பண்ணாரு கடைசியா. நடராஜன் ஐயாவும் முன்னாடி ஒரு தடவை ஹீல் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. பட் அடுத்த டைம் நல்லா ஆயிட்டோன்னு அவங்க வீட்டுக்கு வந்தா மதிக்கவே மாட்டாரு, அந்த மாதிரி இருந்தாரு. கடைசி நாள்ல என்ன கூப்பிட்டு நான் உள்ள போறதுக்குள்ளேயே யார்ட்டையும் சொல்லி அனுப்பினாரு, அவளை முதல்ல வர சொல்லு உள்ள அப்படின்னு. போன உடனேயே கருப்பு என்ன அடிச்சுதுப்பா அப்படின்னாரு. என்ன நீங்க சொல்றீங்க, நீங்க எல்லாம் அதெல்லாம் நம்ப மாட்டீங்களே அப்படி சொன்னேன். இல்ல அடி வாங்கின எனக்கு தானே தெரியும், நல்லா அடிச்சுது என்ன அப்படின்னாரு. அப்படியா, சரி அது சுவாமி தான், நீங்க ஒண்ணும் அதை பத்தி திங்க் பண்ணாதீங்க, நல்லதுதான் அப்படின்னு. அதுக்கப்புறம் திரும்பவும் கூப்பிட்டு அப்படி போனவளை கூப்பிட்டு நீ அந்த நித்யானந்தரை கும்பிட்டுக்கோ அப்படின்னாரு. சொல்லிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு 3 hours இறந்துட்டாருமா. இத அவருக்கு இருக்கிற ஈகோக்கு இத சொல்லணும்னு அவசியம் இல்ல, சொல்லாமையே கூட போயிருக்கலாம் இல்லைங்களா. அந்த ஈகோவெல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு கடைசியில எனக்கு அத சொன்னாரு, நித்யானந்தரை கும்பிட்டுக்கோ. கருப்புங்கிறது நான் உயிரா நினைக்கிற கருப்பு சுவாமி, அத கருப்புனே சொன்னாரு. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு
So she was telling how her husband used to keep mocking her even when she applies basma and goes to the office or wears Rudraksh mala. Her husband used to keep ridiculing her and mocking her and used to keep abusing Swamiji in front of her, etc. And she kept bearing all those. And at one point, so when he was in his deathbed, actually multiple times before that, whenever he falls sick, when they give spiritual healing, Swamiji's devotees will come and give healing. He will recover, but again he'll start abusing back. So this cycle kept repeating. And once then finally when he was admitted and he was in his final deathbed, then all of a sudden he came and he suddenly called last day. He suddenly called. Actually, just
that she had just one point wanted to add. Just before that, she told that even through that, though she went through the abuse or whatever, her only cognition, like what she kept was, Swami, you are only inside him also. At least for that reason, let me take care of him sincerely to the best of my ability. So even though he used to abuse and that whatever happened, but she used to give her best to take care. Even when he was in the last 1 week in the hospital, her husband was in the hospital, she used to give her best to take care of him, of whatever happened, just because she felt, Swamiji, you are in everyone. Just for that reason, I need to take care.
And so she declared like that, and she started taking care of her husband. And that final day, and he's already in his deathbed almost, and he was about to die. He suddenly called her and told, actually she said she has also shared that she worships Kala Bhairava. All of us can even see there's a picture of Kala Bhairava just behind her. So she said that's the one whom she worships, Karupar. Suddenly her husband called and told, he was in his deathbed lying down, and Karupar came and hit me. She couldn't understand. She's like, what are you telling me about? Karupar, the one who you worship, he came and bet me. She said, no, don't worry, it's Swamiji. Don't worry, don't think too much. He said, no, I only got the beating. No, I only know. You know what? You please worship Swamiji. You worship Swamiji. And then, see, understand, just few months before this, she had taken up a challenge telling, because her husband used to keep abusing and being against her, going to Swamiji. She took up a challenge telling, I challenge you that Swamiji is going to prove to you that Swamiji is Parameshwara and Swamiji is Mahavishnu, the one whom you are worshipping. And exactly like that, just 3 hours before he left his body, before her husband left his body, he told her, you know what, please worship Swamiji.
Wow.
And he left his body.
We're having like really, I'm getting goosebumps as I listen to it, how much Swamiji attends. We're having Ma Devika Rani Airapatham who's put her life story is so touching, Ma. Paramashiva is real. Ma Chanda Anandita has put the clarity she has is strengthening and reinforcing our devotion too. Appreciable, Ma. Ma, thank you so much, Ma.
ரொம்ப நன்றிமா இதெல்லாம் ஷேர் பண்ணதுக்கு.
சாமி உங்களுக்கு நிரூபிப்பாரு, ஆரின் காட்டுவாருன்னு சொன்ன இல்லைங்களா, சத்தியம் பண்ண இல்லைங்களா, அந்த சத்தியத்தை வந்து நிரூபிச்சிட்டாரு இல்லையாமா சுவாமி. என்ன கருணையம்மோ இருக்கு. அத பண்ணாம இருந்து அவர் இறந்திருந்தாருன்னா நான் இன்னைக்கு கில்ட்ல தானே இருந்திருப்பேன். அவருடைய ஈகோ விட்டுட்டு நீ சாமியை கும்பிட்டு அந்த தர்ஷனம் எனக்கு சொல்லணும்னு கூட அவசியம் இல்லை. அவர் அவ்வளவு ஈகோயிஸ்டிக். ஆனா கூப்பிட்டு என்ன சொல்றாரு, கருப்பு என்ன அடிச்சுது. கருப்பெல்லாம் அவர் நம்ப மாட்டா, கருப்புனா என்னன்னு தெரியாதவருக்கு. கருப்பு என்ன அடிச்சுது, அடி வாங்கின எனக்கு தானே தெரியும், நீ அவரை நித்யானந்தரை கும்பிட்டுக்கோ, பேரை சொல்லியே சொன்னாருமா.
Wow. I just translated, ma. She's right now in that she's unable to control herself. She's just overflowing with tears of gratitude. She says, you know what, ma? I took up a challenge. I took up a Sati Sankalpa, challenging him, telling that, Swamiji will show to you before you die. But even at that moment, my husband is very egoistic. He could have just, without saying, he could have left his body. But look at Swamiji's compassion. Swamiji is too compassionate. That is why he made sure. Otherwise, if my husband would have left his body without telling me this, I would have been in guilt. But look at Swamiji's compassion, ma. He made sure my husband told this to me. He dropping his ego, he told this to me. Actually, he does not even believe. He does not know who is Karupar. He does not believe in Karupar. But he came and told me that, you know what? Karupar came to me and he begged me, you please worship Nityananda Swami. So this is exactly what was told. Actually, your story, ma, is so powerful. Here we are having so many people continuously sharing how they are getting,
அப்புறம் ஆஃப்டர் 3 months அங்க வேலூர்ல ஒரு குறி சொல்றவங்க இருக்காங்கம்மா, இறந்தவங்க வந்து அங்க பேசுவாங்க. அதுக்காக நான் அங்க போயிருந்தேன். அவர்கிட்ட நான் வந்து கேட்டேன், இப்போ நான் யார கும்பிடுறேன்னு தெரியுதா உங்களுக்கு அப்படின்னு கேட்டேன். யார சொல்லுங்க அப்படின்னு. அந்த பெருமாளை தான் கும்பிடுறேன், அந்த சிவனை தான் கும்பிடுறேன். சோ சுவாமி வந்து பெருமாள் தான், சிவன் தான் அப்படின்னு கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ண. அதுக்கப்புறம் நீ நீ டெய்லி குங்குமம் வைக்காம இருந்தம்மா. நானு டெய்லி வந்து குங்குமம் வைக்கும் போது ஐயோ நம்மளால வைக்க முடியலையே அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிட்டே வைப்பேன். அப்ப சொல்ல, நீ டெய்லி குங்குமம் வைக்கும் போது வருத்தப்படுற, குங்குமம் வைக்க முடியலையேன்னு, நீ நல்லா பட்டையா விபூதி போட்டுக்கோ, மாலை இருக்குல்ல அதை போட்டுக்கோ. எனக்கு புரியல எந்த மாலைன்ட்டுன்னு. அந்த போட்டோல ஒரு மாலை இருந்தது, ருத்ராட்ச மாலை, அந்த மாலை தான், அத நீ போட்டுக்கோ அப்படி சொன்னாருமா.
Thank you so much, man. நீங்க வந்து பகிர்ந்தது கண்டிப்பா நிறைய மக்களோட லைஃப்ல அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு இப்போ நம்ம சொல்றோம்ல, பரமசிவன் வந்து பல ஆயிரம் வருஷங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி வந்து அவர் பண்ண லீலைகள், ஆனா இன்னமும் வந்து நம்மளுக்காக இன்னமும் லீலைகள் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காரு. நீங்க வந்து பகிர்ந்ததுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப நன்றிமா. தேங்க்யூ சோ மச்
கொடுத்ததுக்கு ரொம்ப 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 நன்றிங்கம்மா. சாமிக்கு நன்றி, சங்கத்துக்கு நன்றி, உங்களுக்கும் நன்றிம்மா. நான் பகிர்ந்துகிட்டதை நீங்க ஒண்ணு விடாம அழகா கொண்டு வந்தீங்கம்மா. ஒரு பாயிண்ட கூட நீங்க மிஸ் பண்ணாம கொடுத்தீங்கம்மா. ரொம்ப ரொம்ப நன்றிங்கம்மா.
Just to translate to all the viewers, she was sharing how even when she went 3 months later after her husband passed away, she went to a person who does this readings, etc.
Who talks to the medium, like the people who connect and the souls talk through them. So she went to a person like that. She hadn't mentioned anything about what challenge she had with her husband or anything like that. And he exactly told that, what you're worshipping this my Perumal only, and like the exact challenge what she put, and that's exactly that came in this reading also, that you are the one who you're worshipping, and Swamiji is my Perumal only. You please wear the mala, the Rudraksha mala of Swamiji, you put kumkum, you put full basma, and you worship Swamiji. So this, understand all of you, when you see, never even go against, even don't even cherish or even relate with. That's why Swamiji will tell, even if you doubt somebody is enlightened, do not disrespect them by any chance.
But understand, if you you just hold on to your integrity with Swami. That is enough. Your whole life will be transformed. We also have the next for
coming and sharing this. Now we sorry for the technical glitch. Looks like the audio dropped in between. Yes. Now, the next person that we are going to have, hope all of you are able to hear us now. Yes. All right. So the next sharing that we are going to have is from how, as a youngster, as a youth, living in the world today and living in this, like in the current, how it is, how will Paramashiva happen in your life and do Leelas? And as a youngster, how can you experience and how can you enjoy that? So, Nityanandamma Prachi.
Nityanandamma, thank you for this opportunity to, let me come here and, share my experience. So firstly, I've actually been connected with Swamiji since 3 years. In 2018, I met him. And 2019, I had come for Paramashivam. That's when I met you also. And I think that program was just amazing. And before that, I had just attended, I think, Kalpatru and even the yoga program, NDY. So it's just been so amazing. And just yesterday, I think when I received the call that I'm going to be having a TTA call with Swamiji, it was just so unexpected. And I was excited the entire day that, how it's going to happen and just seeing Swamiji after so long. So when we entered into that room and Swamiji came in, I was just filled with bliss. And I just didn't know how, even though we were supposed to ask our prayers, but I just completely zoned out. I didn't know, nothing felt more worthy than seeing him to, even ask anything. It just felt so complete and felt so protected because since quite some time, that little bit of the current situation that we are in, I did have a little of that COVID fear, but just seeing him yesterday, it just completely disappeared. And the way he has showered his blessings, whatever the prayers that I put forth yesterday, I'm just feeling so happy and so blissful. It was an amazing experience. And right after that, after our session ended and after the call, it just, even though it was 2 a.m. India time, but I was just feeling so energetic and so productive and powerful. I can, jump in and do yoga and I can do this. It felt so energetic. And this is something I've not experienced in a while, wherein after, I went to sleep, I was facing a very different sort of an experience, as in a very, not sleeping, a state between a deep sleep state and a conscious sleeping. So it was a very different. And since then, I've been in this such high vibration zone after yesterday's darshan. It's just an amazing experience.
In fact, you are her favorite doctor. How did that make you feel? How did that sitting there? And how does this whole witnessing this Akashic readings of Devi and where Devi is manifesting through Swamiji and, listening, getting answers from Devi and where Devi is telling you are her favorite daughter, how does that whole thing make you feel?
So, yeah, so when it was in Tamil, but I could get just, experience that, yeah, whatever Swamiji is uttering, and when we got the literal transitions that, Swamiji, I was just smiling constantly and I was just so happy that whatever Swamiji has been just saying, I was just in a very happy and blissful state. So, and the way the prayers and the questions that we had put in and the way Devi was just manifesting, it was like, I don't know, I just even can't put it through words even at this moment. It was just very amazing.
And we are still in cloud 99999.
Yeah.
Still enjoy.
Yeah, in
Just I have
that Zoom room and just being in that space in itself was just amazing. It wouldn't feel like leaving. Like it was that kind of a feeling. Yes.
So I just have one small question for you. I have known, like, I've seen since 2018 how you got connected to Swamiji, everything. And like living in Mumbai, and it's the time where you have time, a lot of time to, spend, chill out with friends and everything. And that kind of a life, that's what typically people grow into, right? In the normal way. But what made you choose Swamiji, and how do you think, having Swamiji in your life, how is it empowering you? What is the difference that you are seeing in your life?
So, exactly how you said, because when I actually got before this, like the friends, the people around me, I had a very similar lifestyle and I still do have. But the way when I met Swamiji, so it was when I think my cousin who had attended Mahasada Shivoham, and he came back and he shared his experience. And when he shared the way the lifestyle it was, and when we were there 21 days, when I just jumped in, I was like, now I want to go for Paramashiva and just experience. And the lifestyle we lived out there, I think after coming back, I'm just that balance is so much needed in our current lifestyle as well. So you can do that along with the balance, because the Shaktis, the manifestations that we were having, and even yesterday when I asked Swamiji that, the most important thing that I need right now is to become a powerful healer and a body scanner to help people at any given point at anything that they're facing in their life. So I think, the entire the Hindu lifestyle along with the current lifestyle that you're living, that balance I think is much needed in today's time. It's not like only once you're reaching an age of 40 is when you need to get into a spirituality zone. I think it's much needed at this age as well. So yes, I think it's the best thing that has happened and that I'm onto this path. So yes.
So is there anything else that you want to share, Prachi? Because it is so beautiful. So many of us that are so many of us are just young, and we can see so many people at this point will be so confused. And I would not just say confusion, but I would say it is just a blind following of what is set as a trend or the regular norms of the society. And I feel so blessed that we have Swamiji and we have such extraordinary experiences. Like imagine you get to talk to Devi, you get to access those cosmic dimensions and cosmic beings so easily. So that are so beautiful and that are so powerful. Is there anything else you want to add, Prachi?
No, I just feel like I'm just very grateful at this point in time that we have Swamiji with us. So I think whatever's happening even outside, it's just so much easier to stay disconnected and be in this zone. So I'm just very blessed and grateful.
So beautiful, Ma. It's nice to see someone, from a different walk like this. Before this, it was a different walk of life. Now a different walk of life. They're further sharing, each person coming from various different walks of life and experiencing different dimensions of Swamiji. So it's really exciting. Thank you so much for coming today and sharing with us.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, Nityananda.
We are having many others who are commenting, and Ma Janandra Sitananda also had shared how each of these sharing is empowering her. Just enjoying how Paramashiva is coming down, Swamiji is coming down and doing all these leelas in our life just to show that he is available for us. Paramashiva is available for us. So that was definitely so sweet of listening to your sharing.
And
thank you so much.
Sangavi has commented.
Nityananda Mamanaya, and thank you for commenting. So we have Aman Sangavi who has commented, and many other Shankar Sabeshanandaya and so many of the others who have commented. So thank you so much, Ma Prachi, for coming and sharing. Now we have more people who are joining us, and thank you. We have more people who are joining us for more different sharings, more different stories from different walks of life. As we get to their sharing, let's just have a short break before we start listening to their stories as well.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that. I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great.
Nityanandam dear viewers, welcome back. Today we have joining us to share her experience of Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. We have Ma Anandeshwari Ananda from Vancouver, Canada. Nityanandam Ma.
Nityanandam Ma.
Thank you so much for joining us live for your sharing today. Please go ahead and share what's been your experience of receiving Devi Parashakti Akashic readings.
Well, Ma, there's actually so much to share. I'm not even really sure where to begin and where to finish. So I'll just jump right in. I had a spontaneous DTA call with Amma a few days ago.
I'll just pause you here just to explain to our viewers. So when we say DTA, it means dial the avatar. So dial the avatar is like the DTA call. And for anyone who has offered the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, or they have offered some kind of a homa or a seva, they get the blessing to speak to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism directly on a phone call and receive that initiation. So it is called the Pratyaksha Pada Puja with Diksha, where they receive the initiation by directly connecting with the Supreme Pontiff on the phone one-on-one. Okay, it's like an exclusive and it's like a lifetime opportunity. You get to speak with Padma Shiva on the phone itself. And now there are, with the Devi Parashakti's manifestation happening and expression happening through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the DTA, the participants who have offered Pada Puja in the past, are now being blessed with the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. But the very unique aspect of this is they get to speak to Devi Parashakti. So, like how in the Akashic reading today, you actually put a question in the YouTube chat or you put a question in the Facebook chat and you put all these questions and you're waiting for Devi Parashakti to pick up your question. You're like, you're keeping your fingers crossed. It's like, is my question going to be answered today? And we are sitting on the edge of the seat and like really waiting to see that. However, here it's on the other way around. You actually speak to Devi Parashakti. You're given that opportunity and then you're like, okay, now you have an opportunity to ask. And you get to speak to Devi Parashakti, and after Devi Parashakti directly responds to your questions and prayers and moods and whatnot, and after you actually do the ask your question and receive the answers, again Devi Parashakti asks what more you want to ask. So it's literally a conversation you have with Devi Parashakti. So that's what Mahanandeshwari was explaining. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead. So sorry, I was just explaining to our viewers who may not understand what a DTA is. So I just wanted to give some context. Please go ahead.
Sure, no problem. So leading up to the DTA call, actually, I wanted to share with the Devi Parashakti Akashic readings, they're just on an entirely different dimension. I've tried typing my question in the YouTube chat and various different social medias. I even filled out the form, but I wasn't really feeling that my answers were coming until I just went into like an unclutched state when I went into that and I said, okay, the answer will come when it's supposed to come, if it's supposed to come. So what ended up actually happening from that moment is I was receiving answers either in my internal space, or somebody else was getting the answer I had asked, or I would get the inkling to open up Facebook right away and there will be my answer. Somebody has just taken an excerpt out of Living Enlightenment book. Or one time, one session, I just took out the book and I was just, I would say my question, close my eyes, and just randomly open up the page, and there was the answer. And I did this over and over and over and over. It was like, it became a game. So it pulled me out of a state of almost like suffering, desperation. Why is my question not being answered? To a very powerful space where I was like, no, she's listening to everything. I have to just meet to that frequency. And so this was the prelude to my DTA call. When the DTA call itself happened, I'm still connecting the dots to everything, all the miracles that happened. First of all, it was just an amazing space of Advaita. Like I was in sheer oneness with everything and everyone around me. And when Amma spoke with me, it was like, I couldn't understand at the logical level, but the feeling connection, my heart understood literally everything she was saying. And I didn't have very many requests, actually. I had very simple ones. Just, wanted a spiritual name. I have a 4-year-old daughter. I wanted her spiritual name, and just wanting to ask, what is the vision for this body? What is Anandeshwari supposed to do? And the answers that came, although I didn't understand again on the logical until I got the translation later level, but the feeling, it just blasted my heart chakra completely open. And I just spontaneously blurted out, I love you, Amma. And then she replied in kind. And anyways, the name that I also received from my daughter, the way it was, how you were mentioning it's not a direct Tamil language. It's the derivative, it's derived from this other, what is it again, Manya Maswami?
Sorry, Ma, can you please repeat?
The language that Amma mentioned yesterday.
It's called the Moolamori, the source language of both Tamil and Sanskrit.
Right. So that was what I was suddenly starting to understand. Even as she went through and started talking to the other participants, she was showing me how she sees. It's very difficult to describe, but I was feeling like her child, but I was also feeling like the mother to the other participants that were in the session. And suddenly I was understanding what she was saying to everyone else and how she was experiencing the love for her children was equal. There was no one greater than the other. There was no one special than the other, every single one of them. And I can relate to that because I am a mom as well. So I understand there's a need to be ferocious sometimes with your children. I understand there's a need to be extra loving. That was just a really golden experience because I just fell into this sheer joy of pure bliss and pure love for everything and everyone, animals, trees, rock, everything around me. There was no limit. And that was it. Then my question was finished, and suddenly I had to run out to grab my daughter, as I said. So when I brought her home, my daughter started having a tantrum, and I said, oh my gosh, like normally I can console her, but she wouldn't stop. And we're still in the DTA call. And suddenly the idea came to me, oh my God, she wants me to connect her to Swamiji, to Amma. And so I don't normally do things like this, but I just dared. And I wrote in the chat, I said, Amma, I have one more request. And right away, not even a breath missed. And I heard Anandeshwari. Amma called my name. And I said, my heart just poured out as a mother. And I said, Amma, she's having a difficult time processing her grandfather's passing. Can you please help her? And don't let her be in delusion and illusion, and just let her have a straight road to you, because she's here for you only. And then Amma went on to bless her. And later, I don't have the translation yet, but someone in the room was roughly translating. And they said, don't worry, I will be her mind. And I will sit as her mind. And as soon as she blessed, my daughter sat in my lap. She cried for maybe 30 seconds. And then that's it. Moved on. Completely happy, joyful, everything since then. And even I'll say simple things like giving her haritaki used to be a little bit of a struggle. oh, Mom, I love Haritaki. Now she takes it like it's candy. And it's just, yeah. And the name he gave her, there's a bit of a backstory to it as well, but the name he blessed her with was Sukh Jyoti, which when I heard it, I understood a little bit in Punjabi. It sounds similar to Sukh means blessed, it's the highest blessing, and Jyoti I knew was light. And I thought, wow, that's an amazing, and later I got the translation, light of happiness. It also means gift of God. And so yesterday I was thinking about her name, and it suddenly dawned on me about almost 5 years ago now, 5.5 years ago, actually, when we were having difficulty conceiving. I had gone to my local temple here and we did a puja, a ritual to conceive. And actually within 3 months, I was pregnant. And this was now during the 3rd trimester. I was at the temple in front of the Durga Ma deity. And I was just standing there and I was looking at her during the Vratri, and I was just worshiping her and praying to her. And suddenly a puja flower, like an orange flower that we normally use for puja, fell at my feet. And there were no flowers on her at the time. There were no flowers anywhere, actually. And wow. I don't know, like words don't do it justice, actually. I just fell into sheer bliss again. And I immediately prostrated before her and I said, thank you so much. I know she is a gift from you, Durga Ma. And then yesterday it just clicked. Oh, the name she got today or from Amma was, she is a gift from God. And, you know, it just like this, miracles are happening nonstop. I would say the biggest clicks for me are having the intensity during these sessions and dropping all doubt. That was the biggest one. You have to drop all your doubt. And just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Bhagwan took Arjuna step by step until he was able to reach that maturity to understand that you just have to surrender. And, you know, Ma, I have to say that Amma not only listened to the requests I verbally expressed, but she also listened to my deepest prayers in my heart, everything and anything. That's why she gave me this pure space of Advaita experience. Actually, I just opened it today as well, but page 506 in Living Enlightenment book, you'll see there is a diagram and it says God, I, you. It's all in the same layer. And the page before that is all about collective conscious. And so that was the experience she gave me during the DTA call.
Wow.
And also the prayers, I just wanted to mention that I didn't even ask for, but she granted me in the DTA call. She said, I myself will sit with you. Don't fear. Maturely, I'm giving you honesty, yogam, permanent physical health, 16 wealth. I didn't even ask for any of that. She just showers it. So the experience, yeah, Ma, this dimension of Amma is just an entirely different. Nothing seems serious anymore. It's all a leela. It's like, our children are off to play, do what they want, but then come home. That's that. And when she says poiva, every time she says poiva, I giggle inside. I don't know why, but it's that same thing. It's like sending your kids out to go do what you need to do, but make sure you come home after.
So beautiful, Ma. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your experience, Ma Anandeshwari, today in TV. Thank you,
Ma.
Yes, and before we move on to the next devotee who is here to share with us, let's take a short break.
I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi darshan is a spiritual treat. Enjoy. Spiritual feast. Enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi darshan is a spiritual treat. Enjoy. Spiritual feast. Enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat. Enjoy. Spiritual feast. Enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that. I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously.
Nityananda, everyone, welcome back. So we have an announcement for all the viewers who are eagerly waiting for the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. We all know just a few hours back we had the darshan of Bhagavan Lingodbhava. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave us darshan as Lingodbhava, and while the The body is getting prepared for the next Bhava Samadhi Darshan, the body of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We just need a few more hours to be able to have the next darshan. So we will be having the darshan of Devi Parashakti at 6 a.m. in the morning. And the preparation program will be starting at 2 a.m. IST. And the darshan of Devi Parashakti and the Akashic reading will be having in the morning at 6 a.m. The program will start at 2 a.m. and the darshan will be at 6 a.m. We have many of the devotees who have joined us for their sharing. So we will be continuing and hear their experiences today of their experience at Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. Following that, we will be playing the alive darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So joining us now for the next sharing is Ma Anjali Srivatsava. I request the NGP operator to please project Ma Anjali Srivatsava. Yes, Nityananda Ma Anjali. Thank you so much for joining live on NTV today to share your experience. Nityananda Ma, if you can kindly introduce yourself, where you're from, and how long you've known Swamiji, and then you can go ahead to share your experience.
Basically, I'm from Indore, and I've known Swamiji since 2017. I attended IA, and I work as a IT professional. So since then I was connected to Swamiji. Yeah. So it has been a long time now, and continuously attending so many programs in our Awakening Pada Puja and Paramashivam. So it has been a wonderful and exciting and amazing journey with Swamiji. So that was my connection with Swamiji.
Beautiful, Ma. And what was your experience with Devi Parashakti Akashic readings? I know you just had the Daily Avatar with Devi Parashakti yesterday around the same time. So what was your experience?
Yeah, actually, earlier I just I attended all the Akashic readings on YouTube, and I was posting some of the questions, but I was not getting answered. So I thought I should not post anymore. I think I've done enough now. I think she's not going to answer, and I don't know. Maybe I'm not praying enough or whatever. So yesterday, yesterday I got a call that Ma, you are going to have a DTA. So I know which DTA. So I didn't know which DTA I'm going to have. So so she said you might have done some puja and in the past, so you can fill the form and you can have DTA. So okay, I said okay. Then I didn't know it was going to be Swamiji's or Parashakti reading, but so it was a truly unexpected and surprising that Swamiji, I just gave up, and I just didn't want to attend. I think I've just decided not to post question anymore. So, but Swamiji just showered me. Okay, you have a detailed call and exclusive call with me. So it was amazing, different. So I think that was Swamiji always shows us that he never puts us in denial or in insecurity or in incompletion that we are not going to have something which we desire, and he always showers more and always in a double amount, triple amount. So that what shifted me itself. And definitely my question was what is my future? That was the most I think the burning question I had. So I just asked that, and she the beautiful reply I got was that your future is at my feet and you're my pet daughter. That was just so much. So, and you will be in this and everything.
Parashakti is talking to all of us now.
Sorry, Ma?
I said the pet daughter of Devi Parashakti is talking to all of us now.
Yeah, so that was so cute and it was so blissful, and she said you get yoga. I always like yoga.
We can see the bliss radiating through your face, Manjali.
Thank you. I thought I got nervous. I will not get nervous. So that was so cute, and definitely it was so long time I heard from Swamiji earlier. It has been like lot of past 2 years. So it's good that we have back DTA, and it's the most favorite thing of disciples to have DTA with Swamiji.
Absolutely, Ma. Absolutely. And anything else you would like to share about your experience with Devi Parashakti?
Devi Parashakti. Whenever I sit in the darshan, lot of healing happens, and we are living in a situation, especially in Indore, it's like worse, and hospitals are like flooded. There's no oxygen cylinders, and so much is going on. So there is lot of fear and insecurity that goes on, and Swamiji is continuously giving us darshan and healing us, and I can experience the healing each day and every day. And also yesterday when Swamiji said that your future is at my feet, and you will be like in bliss, and you will have yoga. So that itself completely the whole fear of pandemic that just gone away from my system, and I it was so much energy that I was not able to sleep also last night. So
I'm sure.
that was
Beautiful, Mark. Beautiful. I know you could just see one is what you're expressing through words, but the second is what you're just expressing through the joy that you are experiencing. We could actually, it's so contagious. We could all feel that. You know, when Devi Parashakti just talks to you and says, "You are my dear daughter. You're going to live at my feet." You know, what more you want? What more can you expect in life? You know, what more you want in life? You just feel so fulfilled, and you just feel so showered. And that is exactly the feeling Devi Parashakti, the divine cosmic mother, is giving to each and every one of us. Thank you so much for coming live on Nityananda TV and sharing your experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Nityananda.
Next, we have joining us. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Next, we have joining us to share an experience is Dr. Shilpa from Tumkur. Nityananda Ma. Nityananda Ma, please go ahead and introduce yourself and do share your experience and miracles with Devi Parashakti.
Yes, ma'am. Nityanandam, my name is Dr. Shilpa Anil Kumar. I am from Tumkur, Karnataka, India. And we are devoted to Swamiji since 2005. And I have seen hundreds of Bhava Samadhi darshans. But I feel Devi Parashakti darshan is the ultimate. Because the miracles I am seeing for the past few days of Devi darshan is unbelievable. When Devi darshan started few weeks back, the first experience I had was I saw people were getting their prayers answered by Devi Ma, and I wanted to know where we can ask the questions. I didn't know we can ask in the YouTube chat. Then I was praying that I have a dog who is his name is Kalabhairava, and he is 10 months old. And I always had a very bad feeling because he never eats. I see him as a kid and he never eats, and I was feeling so bad. That day morning when Devi Darshan was there, I prayed to Ma, as a mother, please feel my pain and see to it that my dog eats. And then I forgot about that and I went to clinic. And later in the afternoon when I came, I saw that all the food I had put, he had eaten. And from that day, every day he has been eating. That's an unbelievable miracle. Okay. And
wow.
Yes, Ma. He's been eating regularly since then. That prayer, even without opening my mouth, I just prayed in my heart and it happened. And so many miracles are happening. Yes, ma'am. And
wow. Beautiful. Go ahead. Go
ahead. And one more thing. After that, I posted a prayer in the YouTube chat. My father, who is 80 years old, he has ulcer on his leg for the past more than 6 months. It's unhealing ulcer and it's very painful for him. And then I prayed to Ma asking for healing. So Devi Ma said that she's going to heal him. And she said, apply turmeric and neem to his lower abdomen. And I told my mother to apply, and my parents are not devotees, that I want to tell. But because I prayed to Ma, my mother started applying, and she could apply only for 3 days, because after that both of them got corona. And then again I prayed and both of them got healed. And 10 days later he opened the wound. When he opened the wound, as the picture is shown, before the wound was very big. And then when 10 days later when he opened, it had reduced in size and started healing, and he said the pain has reduced.
Wow.
And yes, and he has been trying all sorts of medications and it is not helping. That I want to tell you. And then today again,
Wow.
10 days later, this is 3 weeks now. Today again he opened the wound. The picture that is shown is the 20 days after Ma has blessed him, and the wound has completely healed. The pain is significantly reduced, and is literally dancing. My father is so happy.
Wow.
Yes, Ma. And like
Amazing, Ma.
yes, Ma. And since the lockdown is announced, for the past few days, we have not been going to the clinic also, only online consultation only. But as we are not one darshan I'm missing. Every day I'm sitting there for the darshan and simply praying. And I'm seeing that the income has actually increased.
Wow.
Yes, Ma. And every day I'm just waiting for the darshans for happening, for Akashic readings. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful to Devi Ma and Swamiji. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your sharing. And thank you so much for coming live. And here you can see, dear viewers, a live miracle, how the ulcer in the leg, which was not healing for 3 months.
6 months, Ma.
6 months. Which was not healing for 6 months. Right after the darshan of Devi Parashakti, how it has beautifully healed. You can see that the pictures before and after. So beautiful, Ma. Thank you so much for coming and sharing, Dr. Shilpa.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
Thank you. And before we move on to our next devotee who's here to share, let's take a short break.
E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously.
One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti.
simply those prayers become reality.
Welcome back, dear viewers. And now we have Ma Nitya Premyananda, who is joining us live to share her experience of Devi Parashakti Akashic readings. Nityananda Ma.
Nityanandam, this
Nityananda
is Ma Nitya Premananda.
Just a
from,
moment. I'm having
yes.
project your video.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, Ma, please go ahead.
Nityananda Ma.
Nityananda.
Ma Nitya Premananda from Kerala Sadhvayadinam. It's so nice once again to be able to share all the miracles that are happening in our life with Swamiji and talking about the Devi Aralvaku experiences. Recently, last week, Swamiji blessed Devi like for us to have a divine child, and in that it was a big surprise, like when suddenly the blessing came as in like, I myself will be there and call you as Tai and Tatai, and it was like mother and father, and fulfill your desire that you want from the child, to call you as mother and father. And it was so amazing because the bliss, joy and ecstasy, actually it's also experiential, so words will not suffice, all the feelings that we went through. And it was like the Kundalini awakening and the vibrations, and so much happening internally also, and the being felt totally connected to Devi Ma. The compassion and love with which the blessings have been showered, and also like it just brought back memories like few years ago, especially like since we've been devotees, my Sakha Chidamrananda also, and we both are with Swamiji from 2010, and it's like when I come to know about Swami Ma, and I had seen her, and I was like, wow, what an amazing being this must be to, conceive an avatar. And so that deep feeling of, awe for her and gratitude and compassion, everything was there together, and suddenly when Swamiji gave this blessing, it was like, oh my God, like a dream come true, which I would never have, in my life thought this can happen in this time. But with Swamiji, everything is possible, and it is just amazing. His grace and Leela is happening in our life in every moment, just not just between us, like as Sakha and Sakhi, but with all our family members and our pets as well. And it's just very, very fulfilling now. In the past few months, especially from the time the Devi Bhava Darshans have started, it's been extremely quick, very quick. Whatever I may think also as a wish, even sometimes if it's halfway through, it just manifests. So it's like that, small or big, it really doesn't matter. You just have to put it in the head, or just sometimes talk to Swamiji, inside, internally, and it just happens. So the blessing is so much, and I feel like, yes, the Cosmic Mother is there for us every moment of our life, just there all the time. So this is what I wanted to share right now.
When I actually listened to the Devi Parashakti Akashic readings, and when Devi was blessing you and Shri Chidambaraya, it really brought tears to my eyes. Just the way Devi Parashakti just was like showering her love and saying, I myself will be born, and I myself will give you the fulfillment by calling you mother, and you will always live at my feet, and you will always be with me, and you'll always live at my feet. And the way Devi blessed Ma.
Yeah, and it's like he said, soon you will be called to Mahakailasa, and all these things. They're like all boons, like, wishes being showered. It's like without asking, also so many things just happen.
So this is what I wanted to share.
Beautiful, Ma. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your experience, Ma Premia, and sharing your excitement. And pretty soon we are going to see of an avatar of Devi Parashakti happening through Ma Premia and Sri Chidambarai of Dubai, and we cannot wait for that moment. So welcome and another avatar of Devi Parashakti to the world. Beautiful, Ma. Thank you so much for coming and sharing.
Thank you all also. Thank you, Nityanandan.
Thank you. So, viewers, with this, we are coming to the conclusion of this program, and we are now going to move on to the. We will be continuing the same program, preparing ourselves for the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading at 2 a.m. So, in just close to about 5 hours from now, we are going to be having the preparation program starting. We are now going to lead on to the alive darshan and satsang. So please stay tuned. We will now be playing the alive darshan and satsang of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And a few hours from now at 2 a.m. IST, we are going to be having the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading preparation program, followed by at 6 a.m. IST, we'll be having the darshan of Devi Parashakti. So do stay tuned and welcome back at 2 a.m. Indian Standard Time. The NTV programs will continue. It's a 24/7 channel. So we will be continuing our upcoming programs on Nityananda TV. Join us back for Devi Parashakti Akashic readings at 2 a.m. Indian Standard Time, just close to 5 hours from now. With that, we'll be concluding this program and leading on to the satsang. So let us prepare ourselves for the satsang by intensely chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nityanand Paramashivoham. Please sit straight and close your eyes and intensely chant the Mahavakya. Om Nityanand Paramashivoham. Om Nityanand Paramashivoham. Thank you.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nityananda परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द 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 परमशिवोऽहम् 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
With your eyes closed is meditation, connecting with the divine. With your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
குடும்பத்தை வாழ வைப்பா நம்ம தாய் மாரியம்மா. சமயபுரம் மாரியம்மா அருள் சன்னதி தொழுவோம் வா. சந்ததிகள் வாழ்ந்திடவே அவள் பாதம் தொழுவோம் வா. நான் வாழ வேண்டுமே உன் பார்வை பட்டு பட்டு நோய் தீர வேண்டுமே உன் வாக்கில் தட்டு பட்டு என் மூச்சு ஓடுமே வேறெங்கும் எங்கும் இன்றி நான் உன்னை தேடுவேன் வாழ்வெல்லாம் உன்னை அன்றி வேறெங்கு போகுவேன் வாழ்ந்தாலும் உன்னை போற்றே நான் மண்ணில் வாழுவேன் வேண்டாலும் உன்னை வாழ்த்தி உன் பாதம் சேருவே. சமயபுரம் மாரியம்மா அருள் சன்னதி தொழுவோம் வா. சந்ததிகள் வாழ்ந்திடவே அவள் பாதம் தொழுவோம் வா. ஒரு தடவை போய் வந்தா நம்ம சந்ததி வாழ்ந்திடுமே. சமயபுரம் காட்சி கண்டா நம்ம சங்கடம் மாறிடுமே. வைத்தால் பெரும் வெற்றி சேருவே. தாய்ப்பாட்டை பாட கேட்டால் ராகங்கள் தோன்றுமே. தாய் வீடு என்றும் வந்தால் வேதனை மாறுமே. தாயின்றி பூமி இல்லை சோரோட்டம் தாயவை. தாயின்றி காற்றும் இல்லை உயிர் ஓட்ட தாயவை. தாயின்றி யாரும் இல்லை கருவாக மாறுவாள்.
செவந்திருக்க ஆவேசம் கொண்டு கருப்புகளை காவிரிக்க ஓடுங்களே. சொல்லூரு குங்குமோ கோபத்தை காட்டவே ஆத்தா செவந்தபடி வாராடே. வெள்ளி பிரம்பெடுத்து வாராடே. செவந்திருக்க ஆவேசம் கொண்டிருக்க சொல்லாம ஓடுங்களே. கொல்ல தரும் மாயங்களே எல்லை விட்டு ஓடுங்களே. வேதவல்லி வரசேரி பம்ப சொல்லுது. வேப்ப மரத்தடி பூச நடக்குது. வேதவல்லி வரசேரி பம்ப சொல்லுது. பூத காத்துல ஊரும் பிடிகளை ஓட சொல்லி அம்மாவிட்ட சூலம் வருது. பூத காத்துல ஊரும் பிடிகளை ஓட சொல்லி அம்மாவிட்ட சூலம் வருது. வெப்ப இலையிலே கத்தி போலவே அத்தா இருக்கிறா தெரியலையா. ஏறி வருகிறா கொல்லாமாயமே ஓடலையா. அம்மா செவந்திருக்க ஆவேசம் கொண்டிருக்க சொல்லாம ஓடுங்களே. கொல்ல தரும் மாயங்களே பாராம ஓடுங்களே. வந்து விட்டா தொல்லை இல்லையே. காலம் காலமா காக்கும் தெய்வமா மாரியம்மா வந்து விட்டா தொல்லை இல்லையே. பாசம் அங்குசம் பார்வதியோ கைவசம் பாவங்களே உங்களுக்கு வேலை இல்லையே. பாசம் அங்குசம் பார்வதியோ கைவசம் பாவங்களே உங்களுக்கு வேலை இல்லையே. நெத்தி மணந்திட சுட்ட சாம்பலா சக்தி இருக்கிறா தெரியலையா. பட்ட குங்குமம் தீயாய் வருகிறே கொல்லாமாயமே போகலையா. செவந்திருக்க ஆவேசம் கொண்டிருக்க சொல்லாம ஓடுங்களே. கொல்ல தரும் மாயங்களே கருமாறி வந்திருக்க கண்ணு செவந்திருக்க காத்து கருப்புகளை காதரிக்க ஓடுங்களே. கொல்லூரு குங்குமோ கோபத்தை காட்டவே ஆத்தா செவந்தபடி பாராளே. வெள்ளி பிரம்பெடுத்து பாராளே. சமயபுரத்து கதவு திறக்க சிங்கம் ஒன்று பிடரி சிலிர்க்க கருவறை விட்டு தேவி அம்மா வாராளே. அக்னி ஜுவாலை கண்ணீர் இலக்கம் குடுக்கை
தயவு செய்யும் மாதா
Bless you. See, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Om 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 Hrim Om 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 Kailasattu Paramashakti Parameshwari Parashakti அவதாரங்கள் அவதரித்திட அருணையில் மகமாரி குலதெய்வமாய் மலர்ந்திருக்கும் நான் பரமேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி சமயபுரத்து நிலை கொண்டு ஜகமெல்லாம் ஆண்டருளும் சமயபுரத்து மகாமாரி அருணையில் அபீதகுஜாம்பிகை காசி ராமேச்சுரம் பாண்டி மலையாளத்து 108 சக்தி பீடங்களில் மகாசக்தி பரமேஸ்வரியாய் பராசக்தியாய் மலர்ந்தருளி காஞ்சியில் காமாட்சி அருணையில் அபீதகுஜாம்பிகை மதுரையில் மீனாட்சி காசியில் விசாலாட்சி கைலாசத்து ஞானாட்சி சமயபுரத்து இந்திராட்சி ஒற்றியூர் வடிவுடையாள் கோட்டை காளிகா ஆனைக்கா அகிலாண்டேஸ்வரி அன்னை புன்னை நல்லூர் மகமாயி தஞ்சாவூர் பெரியநாயகி திருச்சானூர் பத்மாவதி திகம்பரி தக்ஷிணேசத்து தக்ஷிணாகாளி நீக்கமர நிறைந்து பூதங்கள் 5ஆகி தத்துவங்கள் 36ஆய் பரமசிவன் அங்கம் ஆளும் அங்காளி ஓங்காளி பரமசக்தி பரமேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி நித்யானந்தன் திருமேனீரங்கி நிஜாவதாரமாய் மலர்ந்து உலகுக்கெல்லாம் அருளாசியும் அருள்வாக்கும் நல்லதும் தந்து நல்வாக்குஞ் சொல்லி மங்களம் செய்திட்ட மங்களம் செய்திட மங்களம் செய்திட்டு மங்களம் செய்திட மங்களமே ஆக்கிட கண்மலர்ந்தேன் ஆயிரங்கனுடையாளிந்திராட்சி ஆனந்த திருமுகம் மலர்ந்தேன் அம்பிகை இங்கெழுந்தருளி அத்துணை பேருக்கும் அத்துணை நலமும் ஆனந்தமும் தந்தேன் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தோடு நாமே நித்யானந்தன் திருமேனிதாங்கி பச்சைப்பட்டினி விரதம் இருந்து பக்தர்கள் உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் எல்லா நன்மையும் தந்து தோஷமெல்லாம் நீக்கி சந்தோஷம் ஒன்றே தந்து நந்தாத ஆனந்தத்து நிலைத்திருக்கச் செய்து உங்கள் நெஞ்செல்லாம் நிறைந்து உயிரெல்லாம் உயிர்ப்பித்து வாழ்வெல்லாம் வளமாக்கி அஷ்டலக்ஷ்மியும் ஐஸ்வர்யங்கள் 16 பேறுகள் பெருமையெல்லாம் ஆயகலைகள் 64 எல்லா நன்மையும் எல்லோர்க்கும் அளித்திடவே வந்தேன். கொடுஞ்சீனத்து கொரோனா ஒழியட்டும். என் மக்களெல்லாம் உடல் நலமும் மனநலமும் உயிர் நலமும் அடையட்டும். கொற்றவம் செய்ய வேண்டிய கோமகன்கள் சிலர் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனாவை உபயோகப்படுத்தி அவம் செய்கின்றார். அந்த அவமெல்லாம் ஒழியட்டும். என் பக்தர்க்கும் மக்கட்கும் எல்லா நன்மையும் நிகழட்டும். மங்களமாய் வெற்றியாய் பச்சைப்பட்டினி விரதமிருந்து பரமசிவன் பத்தினி நான் நல்லதைச் செய்திட நன்மையைத் தந்திட நித்யானந்தன் திருமேனி தாங்கி நிஜாவதாரம் கொண்டேன்.
நம்மன் என போற்றும் ஆதிசக்தி காளிகாம்பா சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி சக்தி ஓம் உலகின் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் உலகின் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் காளிகாம்பா
ஓம் 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 ஓம். நித்தியமும் ஆனந்தமாய் நித்யானந்தன் சரீரத்தில் நிலை கொண்டு கைலாசத்து பரமசக்தி பரமேஸ்வரி மகேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி எல்லோருக்கும் அருளாசியும் அருள்வாக்கும் நல்வாக்கும் தந்திடவே சத்திய சங்கல்பங்கொண்டேன். மம சங்கல்பம் சிவ சங்கல்பமஸ்து. மம சங்கல்பம் பரம சிவ சங்கல்பமஸ்து. மம சங்கல்பம் பரம சிவ சங்கல்பமஸ்து. ஓம் 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 ஓம். ஓம் 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 ஓம். ஆம். கம் 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 கம். ஏம். ஜம் 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 ஜம். ஏம். ஓம் 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 ஓம். பிளவச் சித்திரை முதல் நாளில் மீண்டும் நித்யானந்தன் சரீரந்தாங்கி நிஜாவதாரம் கொண்டு உங்கள் வினாக்களுக்கு விடையளித்து வரங்களுக்கு சத்திய வாக்களித்து பிரார்த்தனைக்கெல்லாம் வரமளித்து காமாதேனு கற்பவிருட்சமாய் கேட்கும் வரமெலாந்தந்து கேளாத நிலையுந்தந்து நன்மையெல்லாம் தந்து மீண்டும் மலருகின்றேன். மக்காள் ஆனந்தமாயிருங்கள், ஆனந்த வாழ்வில் இருங்கள். பரமசக்தி பரமேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி நான் வெளிப்பட்டு நித்யானந்தன் சரீரத்தில் நிலை கொண்டு மகாமாயி லட்சம் மொழியும் பேசுவேன், நீங்கள் இருந்த விடத்திருந்தே என் கைத்தாங்கும் வேப்பிலையின் மனத்தை வர வைப்பேன். உங்கள் உள்நாக்கில் நாக்கில் வேப்பிலையின் ருசியை அளிப்பேன். உடலுக்குள் இருக்கும் நோயெல்லாம் தீர்ப்பேன். உள்ளங்கையில் திருநீறு கொடுப்பேன். உச்சந்தலையில் குங்குமம் அளிப்பேன். மங்களத்துவம் கொடுப்பேன். தீர்க்க சுமங்கலியாய் வைத்திருப்பேன். புற்றுமண்ணை கொட்டி புற்று நோயெல்லாம் தீர்ப்பேன். மந்திர ஒலியாலே உங்கள் உயிருக்கெல்லாம் மங்களந்தருவேன். ஊரெல்லாம் கோயில் கொண்டு உங்கள் உள்ளமெல்லாம் நிலை கொண்டு உங்கள் வீடெல்லாம் ஆலயங்கண்டு உங்கள் உயிரெல்லாம் உயிர்த்திருக்க எல்லா நலமும் செய்வேன். ஓம் 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 ஓம்
Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti,